Alright pals, buckle up, because the story we're diving into today is a wild true story. It all kicks off at, of all places, McDonald's. The employees are just cleaning up, ready to clock out, when bam, a guy literally crashes through the ceiling. He's got a gun and everyone is understandably terrified. But this is where it gets weird. He's not a very good, scary robber. He's actually kinda nice. He tells them to put their coats on. When the manager says he didn't bring one, the robber locks them all in the freezer, but promises he'll call the cops to get them out. And then, get this, the manager gives him this sad, shivering look and our robber gives the manager his own coat. I mean, who is this guy? Well, let's rewind. Meet Jeffrey Manchester. He's a US Army veteran, and civilian life is hitting him hard. He's broke, and he can't provide for his family. We see this just heartbreaking moment where it's his daughter's birthday, and all he has to give her is one of his old toys. She tries to look happy, but yeah, it's rough. His buddy Steve eventually pulls him aside and gives him a friendly nudge, reminding Jeff that he used to be the guy who noticed everything back in the service, the walking radar, the human screenshot. Steve basically tells him he still has that spark, that little built-in superpower he really should be using instead of letting it collect dust. Oh, you can see where this is going, can't you? He rushes to his wife, Talana, and their twin boys. Practically buzzing, he's finally cracked the code to turning his life around with this so-called superpower of his. But Talana just gives him that exhausted stare, and she simply carries on, completely ignoring his hype. On his way back, he looks up at that McDonald's roof and click. He spots a weak point, and he just so happens to know they move their big money drop every Monday. Fast forward a bit. Jeffrey is not broke anymore. He's got a big new house, several cars. That superpower has been busy. He's been hitting shop after shop, all from the roof. At his daughter's next birthday party, the mood is a lot better. He's got a cake, and the news is on in the background talking about a new, mysterious burglar nicknamed the Roofman. His buddy Steve is there, looking at the TV, looking at Jeff's newfound wealth, and you can just see the gears turning in his head. But Jeff, ignoring it, takes the family to the garage for the grand finale. He got her the bike, the one she always wanted. She's ecstatic. It's this perfect family moment, which is, of course, the exact second the police sirens show up. He makes a run for it, but they tackle him, cuff him, and arrest him right in front of his daughter. The judge isn't impressed with his polite robber routine. He's a menace, 45 years. In prison, his world falls apart. He calls home, desperate to talk to his daughter, but there's a new guy, Tana's new boyfriend, Gary. Tana gets on the phone and lays down the law. We have to cut all contact. The call time ends. Jeff is shattered. He takes a family photo and literally cuts Tana right out of it. Everyone in the cell tells him to just forget them, do his time. But Jeff? Nah, he's getting out and he's going to use that same superpower to do it. He figures if you're predictable, if you're routine, people stop paying attention. So he watches. He works in a prison workshop. A delivery truck comes in. It goes out. He pretends to check a gas leak, slides underneath the truck, and marks a spot. He builds a perfect-to-scale cardboard cutout. He even cobbles together some normal-looking clothes. The guy is a prison MacGyver. The next time the truck comes, he makes his move. As it's leaving, he slips underneath, holding that piece of cardboard over him. The guards do their check, they shine a flashlight right under and see a piece of cardboard. Nothing suspicious. They wave it on. The truck gets down the road, and the driver pulls over to relieve himself. This is Jeff's chance. He slithers out, stays in the driver's blind spots, and as the truck pulls away, Jeff Manchester melts into the jungle. He's out. He hitchhikes back to his old neighborhood. He sees his daughter riding that bike, but he can't go to her. Gary, the new guy, is watching her like a hawk. He calls Steve, and his friend practically freaks out the second he realizes what's happening. Jeff's already all over the news, and Steve urges him to disappear fast. Go dark for a month and stay quiet. Just as he hangs up, a cop car cruises by. He needs to vanish now. He grabs a shopping cart and ducks into the first place he sees. A giant toy store. The manager, Mitch, is announcing they're closing in 10 minutes. Jeff heads straight for the washroom, spots an access panel in the ceiling and climbs up, back to the roof. He hides as the cops come in, sweep the store, and find nothing. After they close, he creeps back down. He's starving. He finds some food in the office. He tries to snag some candy, but busted. The little red light on the CCTV camera. So, the next night, he comes down with a plan. He finds the CCTV manual. He goes into the settings and click. Recording, off. The entire toy store is now his personal, all-you-can-eat, rent-free kingdom. He builds a little nest for himself in a hidden space behind the bike counter. He's living in the store, and he gets bold. He sets up baby monitors all over the store, so he can listen in on the staff during the day. He's the ghost of Toys R Us. From his perch, he watches the daily drama. He sees one employee, Lee, a single mom, ask Mitch for a weekend off to be with her daughters. Mitch is a total jerk and shuts her down. Jeff, our roofman turned Robin Hood, feels bad for her. He'd seen Mitch's password before he turned the cameras off. So that night, he logs into the system and just changes her schedule. Gives her the weekend off. Weeks go by, and the whole escape drama fades from the headlines. He tries reaching out to Steve again, and this time Steve's girlfriend, Michelle, actually answers, only to inform him that Steve serves in the military for 6 months. She makes it clear Steve will come back on December 1st, before ending the call. Then, he tries reaching out to his family, and Talana answers only to shut him down cold. She makes it clear they're done, they've moved on, and he needs to do the same before ending the call. That one cuts deep. He goes back to his hideout, makes a calendar, and just marks December 1st, the day Steve gets back. He's just waiting. He's bored. But then he sees Lee invite Mitch to a church toy drive. Mitch smiles, says maybe, and the second she's gone he chucks the flyer in the trash. That night, Jeff fishes the flyer out. He gathers up a ton of toys from the shelves, borrows a bike, and rides over to the church. He's just gonna drop the toys and run, but a woman spots him and insists he come inside. Suddenly, he's in the middle of a church service. There's a choir and he sees Lee up on stage singing. The pastor comes to thank him for the toys and immediately realizes he has no idea who this man is. Jeff scrambles and throws out a new identity. John Zoran, freshly arrived from New York, supposedly working some hush-hush government job. The people around him latch onto the mystery, teasing him about being a spy before introducing him to Lee, the one running the toy drive. They warm up to him fast and even invite him to a singles dinner, completely charmed by the mysterious newcomer. Okay, but John Zoran can't show up looking like a guy who lives on candy bars. First order of business. All that sugar has wrecked his teeth. So he steals some high-end gaming equipment from the store, sells it and goes to the dentist. You cannot make this up. He shows up at the dinner, all cleaned up, in new clothes, from the store of course. He's the only man there, but he turns on the charm. He and Lee are really clicking. After the event, she quietly pulls him aside to get something clarified, making sure he's not into guys before anything else. Once she's satisfied, she immediately shifts gears and asks him out. Straightforward and confident. They go on a date. They hit it off. She's impressed he's so fit. She mentions her ex-husband also named Jeffrey. Our Jeffrey just about has a heart attack but plays it cool. John becomes part of her life. He meets her 2 daughters, Dee and Lindsay. The teenager is, well, a teenager, but the younger one, Dee, they form this instant, beautiful bond. He's clearly missing his own kids. They become a little family. They go to church, they celebrate Halloween. But he's still living in the toy store. One day, he's taking a shower in the store's utility sink when Mitch comes in early. Mitch has headphones on, doesn't notice Jeff or his clothes drying on an aisle rack. Jeff tries to sneak out, but Mitch turns, sees a naked man and screams. Jeff bolts, dives back into his hideout. The cops come. They search everything. This time, they find his nest. They find the calendar. Mitch demanded to know why the cameras didn't catch anything. The officer has to break it to him that the whole camera hasn't been recording at all, instantly flipping Mitch's frustration into disbelief. This, of course, becomes the new local legend, the naked man of the toy store. At the church's Thanksgiving dinner, everyone's cracking up about the whole situation. But Lee eventually speaks up, reminding them it's probably just some homeless guy, and there's nothing funny about that, just something sad. This sparks a huge fight with her daughter Lindsay, who's freaked out and says Lee should quit. The tension is high. The next day, Jeff calls Steve, who's finally back. He gets an address. To break the tension with Lee's family, he takes them to a car dealership, test drives a car, terrifies the salesman by speeding, and then just gives him a stack of cash and buys the car for Lee and the girls. The salesman even takes a family photo. He meets up with Steve, who immediately senses Jeff's gotten himself involved with someone new and lets out a resigned sigh. Then they get straight to work, fresh ID, new photo complete with a wig, the whole setup ready to go. The price tag lands hard at 50 grand, and Steve asks if he can manage it. Jeff, without hesitation, commits to finding the money. So how does our guy get 50 grand? Back to basics. He cases a pawn shop, goes to the roof, breaks in and finds himself in the wrong store. The pawn shop is next door. Unbelievable. So he just smashes through the adjoining wall. The alarm goes off. He frantically grabs a gun, a bulletproof vest, smashes the front door with a Buddha statue, and runs. Back at the toy store, security is insane. It's the Christmas rush. Mitch is making everyone work on Christmas Eve. But Jeff, the ghost of Christmas, logs in one last time and changes Lee's schedule, so she has the night off to go to the church. They're at the church choir together and Jeff is just weeping. He knows he has to leave them. Lee sees it. He's saying goodbye. It's time. The security guards arrive at the store for the big holiday cash pickup. This is it. Jeff comes out of hiding, gun drawn. Everyone on the floor. A guard goes for his gun. Jeff takes him down. He makes Mitch tie everyone up, then take him to the vault. He needs the cash, but not the ink bomb. Of course, the ink bomb explodes. Jeff grabs the money. As he's leaving, an employee screams that the guard needs an ambulance. Jeff, the polite robber, actually stops, goes to the office to call 911, and he looks up and sees Lee walking in. She sees him, He sees her. He runs. The cops swarm the store. They find it all. They grill Lee, but she's in shock. She just says the robber is white. Jeff meets Steve and hands over the 50 grand. In return, Steve passes him the new ID and lays out the plan. Flight booked for the next morning. No farewells, just a clean break and a brand new life waiting on the other side. He has one last thing to do. He goes to that dentist's office and burns it to the ground, destroying the evidence. He's driving. He's on his way to the airport. He's out. He's free. His phone rings. It's Lee. He ignores it. She calls again. He ignores it. She calls a third time. He stops the car. He picks up. She's breathing heavily and asks if he'll be there for Christmas dinner. Her voice carrying a mix of hope and panic as she waits for his answer. And Jeff, with his freedom, his new passport, and his new life just miles away, he just breaks. He turns the car around. He gets to her house. He brings gifts. He knocks. No answer. The door's unlocked. He pushes it open and the house explodes with police. It was a setup. As they cuff him and drag him out, he sees her, Lee, sitting in the back of a police car watching. She turned him in. So he's back in prison. More years. And it's there he finally gets it. All this time his family, Lee, her daughters, they didn't want the stuff. They didn't want the bike or the car. They just wanted him. His time. And now time is all he has. The end of the story is complicated. He and Lee actually meet again in prison. He apologizes. He says he understands why she did it. They reconcile. Oh, and he did try to escape 2 more times. Old habits die hard. Lee eventually remarried. Jeff, well, he's eligible for parole in 2036. For now, he's the prison librarian, and he insists he's done with escaping. If you like this story, wait for the next one. And don't forget to like and subscribe.